beautiful women. I just wanted to thank those ladies who came to our Women's Circle and Sound journey last night. It was such a beautiful night, so many beautiful sharings, and the sound was absolutely divine. I was exhausted yesterday, and afterwards I just felt so peaceful and calm. It was lovely, and even the ladies there said there was such a magical feel to the circle last night, and I know that they're just going to keep getting yummier and juicier and go deeper and just feel more connected every month as we go along. We're really gathering together a beautiful group of women, so I would totally encourage you to come along to the next one. But I wanted to share a little bit more about the goddess Baast with you. She was the goddess that we looked at last night, and I just wanted to show you. I know I've explained a couple of times that not only are we following the story of Inanna's descent into the underworld and that rite of passage that that story depicts, but we're also following the medicine wheel. And last night we took our first step in the medicine wheel. So I know that this, hopefully this will come up clearly for you, but last night we started in the northeast. This is our first step as we're going to be journeying around the wheel throughout the year as we follow, through each of the women's circles. And again, Inanna would start up here as she journeys into the underworld to have her initiation and her rite of passage, and then comes back home. So this is also depicting the return journey and the rite of passage that many of us go on many times throughout our lives, whether it's through pregnancy or loss of a loved one, career changes, just any major transition, puberty, menopause, getting married, all of those sorts of things can take us on our own personal rite of passage. And so this series of women's circles for this year has that as a very gentle theme. It's not going to be a full-on, oh my God, we're going through a rite of passage, but it is an opportunity to walk that path and get a deeper understanding of each step. And that's what I wanted to provide for the women who are attending this year, our women's circles and our sound journey. So yeah, March, last night, 1st of March, we're working with Baast. So she's the cat goddess and she's in the northeast. So her energy is all about relaxation and focus. So relaxation and focus can be the opposite of the same thing, and I'll explain that a little more. When we can relax and just be is when we can take the time and have the time to feel what we want to focus on, and to I guess get clearer on where our creativity wants to carry us next. Baast is also about fluidity, that grace, that path of least resistance. So it's a really beautiful time to make sure you're getting downtime, to make sure you're getting relaxation time so that you can get clearer and more focused on the direction you want to head in. And when we also look at focus as being the flip side of that, is that I'm sure you all know that when you are completely focused on one thing, things become timeless. Like the space and time just sort of blurs, and you can lose, hours in something that you're really loving and that you're all consumed by. And there's also a relaxation within that focus, because you're not feeling, all of the pushing and pulling and distraction of all of the other things that are always wanting your attention. You're just purely in that one place. So as I was explaining to the ladies last night, if you think about a cat and how they can be completely relaxed, they look like they're dead to the world and you couldn't wake them up if you, clapped next to their ear, and then they can go into incredible focus immediately, stalking their prey. And this energy is about learning how to do that transition from relaxation to focus to relaxation to focus. So you're not in that middle ground where you're just kind of feeling a little bit busy and disorientated. You can be in one of those states, and the fluidity of that transition just feels a lot more graceful and beautiful for us. So that's relaxation and focus. She's also about design and choreography of energy, which I've already been speaking about. So knowing how you want life to look, you know, planning those steps. Like if you were going to be making a dance, you know, what's the next step of this dance? So it is really about the dance of your life and what it looks like. And one of the big parts of that is knowing what your heart priorities are. So we spoke about this as well last night, getting clear on our heart priorities. And it's nice to get clear on all of your heart priorities, but if there's only just one in particular that's coming up for you, then that's perfect as well. But when we know really clearly what our heart priorities are, then it's much easier to make really clear and discerning decisions that are fulfilling us, that are taking us towards our goal, that are, you know, taking us in the next step of that choreography of our dance of life. So if there's nothing else that you do in this month of March, I would encourage you to definitely get clearer on your heart priorities. And one of the other parts of that is the dynamic of mini-max. So mini-max means minimum effort for maximum efficiency. Again, you can see that when you look at cats, you know, they don't waste energy. You know, they're incredibly focused and they don't do a whole lot of stuff to get a little bit of a result. They are, you know, much more programmed, I guess could be the word, for putting in as little effort as possible to get the maximum result. So that's another energy of the goddess in the Northeast at this time that we're looking at. So again, even if you can't join us physically for every women's circle, I would invite you, I would definitely invite you to still look at the goddesses that we're moving through so that you can energetically come on the journey with us. And so if you're only coming to a circle every here and there, you're still in the same place that we're at, and there will still be an alchemy and a magic that will be percolating and supporting you throughout all of this year. So it would be really lovely if we all did that. I know I'm looking forward to going on my own little personal journey through it with those women who attend and those who don't. And please ask any questions at all along the way. I know I answer a lot of questions at the start of the women's circle. So if you're not there, yeah, you're more than welcome to get clarity and to clarify and yeah, get some more details and information on how it's all working. So next month, April, we'll be moving into Goddess Lakshmi. So she's all about abundance and spirit, but I'll tell you more about her in a different Facebook Live. Our next Women's Circle is on I think it is the 5th of April. So it's always the first Friday night of the month from 6 to 8. And it's at the little white house that's next to the Anglican Church. On Park Street in Burleigh. I'm sure many of you probably know it, or you've been to other events there, or you've driven past it at least. So it's a beautiful space. I really love it. There's lots of off-street parking. It's secluded, it's private, and yeah, we would love to see you at the next one. So thank you again to the women who made last night so special, and I'm looking forward to meeting more of you next month. Have an amazing weekend, and I'll talk to you really soon. Bye.